Hello there, this is Cookies. I've got turn 53 of LA Erytheia. Let's go ahead and dive into this. I've done a lot of recording today, so hopefully I don't sound tired or anything. But we did put up Breath of the Desert, so trying to turn off any potential for murdering Winter from Raga. We finally confirmed our Well of Pestilence. And we've got some battles, so let's go ahead and dive into them. So we've got Arco and Raga squaring off in Sylvania. Wraithlord against just some basic cav. I think this one's foregone. Yep. We've got Raga and Arco in Illidar, so we have a counter attack from Raga. So Water 2 Mage against a huge flippin' army. Bunch of Mystics. Pretty cool Air Queen. Air 6 with a bunch of Air Gems. Two formations of Hoplites. Some Elephants on the flank. Some Agema champion companions on the right flank. And then some archers backing up the elephants. Then we have a number of these mystics. Now, the Orphic mystics, I tended to just use the regular mystics in my LA Arco game, but it's kind of cool seeing the Orphic ones come out. So we have a bunch of Death 2s, some N2s, just like a whole... Oh, wow. That's a lot of Skelly spam potential. That's kind of cool. Alright. Not a lot of gems on it. So, all of these mages are fighting mages. There's no, like, communion going on. Whoops. Alright, so that one ended, I think. And then... Is that New Land? No. That was Illidar. Okay. So then Satis goes into Urfel and kills the barbarians with his stolen Lystragonian tyrant. So, pretty neat. I guess we can watch this. Pretty simple kit, pretty simple script. Earth Power, Iron Skin, Legions of Steel, so now he's at 30 protection. With 88 hit points, a Flesh Eater so he doesn't rout off his 17 morale. He has armor to help the protection, and an amulet of anti-magic so he doesn't get randomly mind hunted, probably. Alright. Scares off the barbarians. And then in New Land, we have a small Arco party of some mages, probably some point buffers, is my guess. Few Earth Gems. You get some Sparte out of this. Alright, we're doing some Skelly spam. $25 protection. Yeah, Sparte. These guys are pretty cool. They have a magic weapon, 19 protection, good stats, 8 hit points, and they've got the inanimate tag rather than the undead tag. Which is interesting because they're skeletal warriors. So, they are not undead beings, nor are they mindless. So that's pretty cool. Seems like they're grown. Kind of cool little piece of mythology. I kind of hope there's more units like this in Dom 6, rather than generic humans. Alright. And then, so that was a success. And then we go ahead, we knock off Arco's. Arco left a few units just to keep the place under siege. And we stole one of the hoplites and killed the 2 ghosts. And then we move in against, or Raga moves in against us. So this was probably Raga just trying to break siege against Arco. And so he's got vine shields on each of these guys, and one of them has a moonvine bracelet for some reason. So I don't know if he's just trying to donate gear. Maybe he predicted I was moving on to this, but I mean, I'll take free gear. I need all the free gear I can get. So some nice thunder strikes into the formation. One of these guys is going to bleed out, it looks like. Oh, that ended quickly. But I think we just soul slayed them. And they killed 3 ghosts, 4 hoplites, and 3 crossbowmen with their thunder strikes. We managed to find one of the vine shields and one of the moonvine bracelets, which is good because we brought like over 30 commanders, so I'd hope we'd find some of the gear. And then Pan and Patala have their battle. We got some centaurs and some minotaurs. Okay. Man and Utgard. Man coming in with the magic duel. Maybe Phoenix Pyre magic duel. Are they all targeting the monolith? Interesting. Alright. So they all die. Nothing is accomplished. Patala and Pan. So we have a large Patala force here. Oh, Earthquake. Okay. Earth 7, Astral 6, so he's benefiting. All these guys are benefiting from the Light of the Northern Star as well. But we have a full army here. Seems like partially matched with a linebacker communion. Ooh, mass flight too. All the buffs. Goodness gracious. Alright. Let's see what else on these guys. Oh, we have, I think, life after death. So this is a soulless monkey now. With weapons of sharpness, twist fate, arrow fend, mass flight, serpent's blessing, the cold resist spell, the fire resist spell, like fire fend or frost fend, or their variants in the other tree. Temper flesh, army of something, probably army of, I don't think it matters. Yeah, with anti-magic, so either army of gold or army of lead. Elemental fortitude, all the buffs. We do have relief, we have Light of the Northern Star, and they've finally finished off everything over here. So, let's see, that's the Sinkhole Swamp. So they lose 1 Flagellant, 1 heavy infantry, they kill all this stuff. And the Statue of Order gets sent home, so we can take another look at that. I probably missed, like, some returning ritual, or... So we have Earthquake, 57 fatigue, Earthquake again, 88 fatigue, Blade Worm takes a shit kicking from these weapons of sharpness Patala troops. And then does returning. Alright, so that's how he gets out. Yeah, killed some pop in Raga. Get some brigands, get some water gems. One of our scouts gets patrolled out. And we have moderately damaged the fort. Okay. So, all of Raga's outstanding troops have been handled. We've got an agreement with Pan. At least we do. Arco and Pan, I think, are going to skirmish a little. And so we're going to move in our retreat route units onto the cap. So we're moving in site searchers, the mighty site searchers, to hold open the retreat routes. And let's see, we're sending our 10 fire gems. We're sending 15 pearls, which is the standard amount we agreed on. With Whoosh, with an alt discount, which Arco has, you only need 80 pearls, and you can get 50 of those from the water gems, which I convert, and the 20. You get 25 from the water gems I convert, and 25 from the pearls from Whoosh. So then we agreed that we both contribute 15 pearls for each Whoosh casting. So he's contributing the alt site, I'm contributing the Clam of Pearls stuff. So this is kind of just like the price I paid to open up my late game way sooner than I would otherwise get to. So even if the deal like favors Arco a little bit, I think it's worth it to be in on it. Also, we finished Alt 8. And what that means is we can use the new water gems that we smuggled in. We don't need 2 Foul Vapors casters anymore, so we've redone our script. We've also redone our formations, so it's a lot prettier. This guy has a full... I'm predicting this guy could get hit with like some Gift of Heavens nonsense, so I've kind of created space for him. Let's see. So we have just a big Soul Slay Communion. Power of the Spheres, anti-magic, putting some buffs on the Communion. A couple of early Thunder Strikes. Wind Guide, Arrowfend, learned this from Zan's videos. We're throwing up Warriors of Niflheim and some more buffs for the Communion. So these are the alt resistance spells. So this gives us fire resistance. Some more buffs for the Communions. Flaming Arrows. Not on the Communion, and then joins as a slave. Power of the Spheres. Again, just some redundancy. Serpent's Blessing, Foul Vapors, coming later in the script, just in case we get gem baited. Ground Army for shock resistance, not on a Communion, which is nice. Some resistances for the Communion. And Warriors of Muspelheim for the cold resistance. So we've upgraded our script, less reliant on Foul Vapors, and making sure that we get, hopefully, our resistances up to help out with Wrathful Skies or Firestorm. I think those were the 2 big ones I was concerned about. But you never know, like, could get hit by all sorts of weird stuff, especially when there's a Titan involved. And we're sneaking out some of the gear that we got. So there's that. I think otherwise the turn is fairly tame. I've started bearing down on research, so I'm trying to improve my research. I'm trying to get a handle on site searching as well. So I'm trying to site search and research behind this. And most of my recruitment is in the southwest because of Kalem's like big force concentration. So yeah, I'm getting some stuff there too. So I think that's most of it. Otherwise, it's pretty tame. We're building up our fortress on the throne. Just so, it's late game. I don't want to be the victim of too easy a throne rush. I think that'd be a bad look. So we're going to try and build this up. We're going to move this within 1 turn. I do eventually want to replace this fortress with a castle. And that's because a castle would give us 500 wall integrity versus 250. So double the wall integrity means they have to bring significantly more troops under underwater to come take this fortress from us. So that's my eventual plan there. I think it's worth it for a throne. So otherwise I probably wouldn't bother. And we're getting more lightless lanterns. We're starting to distribute our current lanterns among specifically the mystics first and these mermages. Because they're the same upkeep as a Deducos, basically. 72 versus 72. So if I'm going to lose one to a horror, I'd rather it be the cheaper mystic. Although I do really like them as communion masters because you know almost exactly what you're going to get. They only have a few paths. Like each one can only have at most 2 paths. So I like them as communion masters, but I'd rather hang on to more powerful Deducos in terms of like horror marks, potentially killing off mages. So that's kind of the idea there. And I think that's it. So I'll go ahead and dive into the next one. Have a good one. I'll see you in turn 54.